2018 with our customers and partners. A local business employing local people. Visit teg.com/careers to learn more. Wishing all our GAA patrons a safe passage through the championship.
Slevins Coaches, proud sponsor of Westmeath GAA Hurling Championships. Clark's Bar, wishing all teams the very best today. MJ Stone Building and Developments, proud sponsor of Westmeath GAA.
Cusack Park pitch is 145 metres long. Imagine 3 of these bridge beams would make up the length of the pitch. Now transport 30 of them from Harney to Kildare. A challenge overcome by a great team with the support of a great community. My name is Pat Barrett, Project Manager, Shamer to Precast.
Proud sponsors of TEG.
This afternoon's Slevins Coaches Senior Hurling Championship semi-final between Clonkill and Lough Lene Gaels. Paul Doolan and commentator here, and I'm joined on co-commentary this afternoon by Pat O'Brien. And Pat, if ever you wanted a day for hurling, today is the day because it's perfect conditions out there at the moment.
Yeah, if you woke up just in the last hour or so, it's after really turning out a beautiful day. But if you're up early like I was this morning, it wasn't so good. There was a lot of rain, heavy last night, and it was a dirty, misty morning. But thankfully, it has cleared up. Beautiful, beautiful day. Absolutely perfect for hurling.
Yeah, no when to speak of as such. I'm looking over at the flags over there, small little bit. I don't know if it's going to affect either side here, Pat. I'm inclined to think that it won't.
Yeah, well, I mean, hurling doesn't really dictate that terribly much with a slight breeze, like, but it probably is a slight breeze. On the way in, walking down the street there was a bit of a breeze, all right, and we're sheltered here on this side. It's probably a little bit blown down into the complex end, but it's not going to really matter an awful lot because these boys can use the slitter so well. I don't think the slight wind like that will cause any great havoc.
And of course, you're saying these lads know each other so well. It's only a couple of weeks ago they played each other here in the last round of the league phase of the Senior Hurling Championship. The Gaels coming out on top that night with a fortuitous, shall we say, with a very late goal, but nonetheless they'll be going into this full of confidence after that win. And of course Clankill was looking for redemption, Pat.
Yeah, but I'd say both managers at the end of that day walking home were quite happy that nobody won by a cricket score and nobody actually lost heavily. You know, both of them have plenty to work with as regards, say, defences. It was a very attack-minded game where there was loose play, a lot of scores, good entertainment for the neutral, but both managements, I'd say, you know, they were just happy enough to get in, get out, no injuries, didn't really overshow their hands or that. They know each other, as you said, Paul, quite well. Sure, it's a small county,
yeah.
We're a small pocket of hurling people, you know, and, you know, as I said, Jody could pick the Clonkill team and Mickey Dan could pick the Collinstown team if you really wanted to go hand to hand.
Yeah.
So look, we're looking forward to a ding dong. The only difference in this one and the last day would be the intensity will be there from the word go. Whereas the last day it wasn't.
It's win or out. That's the reality, Pat. Today, you know when today that's it. You're out of championship. It's season over for 2024.
Yeah. Well, we must remember it's the 6th of October.
Yeah.
I mean, it's time to be nearly drawing a curtain on it. I think this day last year was our county final, which was the pinnacle of the season. The powers of B have seemed to work it a lot different this year with the same ingredients. I don't know how we come up with it, but we're 3 weeks later having a county final this year.
Yeah, so, and it's going to play into, you know, it's winter hurling really as such, Pat. You know, the ground is going to get heavier. You're not guaranteed, not that you're ever guaranteed of any sort of weather here in Ireland, but it is going to be wet. It's probably going to be cold. It's probably going to be a miserable afternoon here for us.
Well, that's the sad part about it. Like, I mean, even for the people paying their money coming in to sit in cold seats, like, you know, you have a lot of elderly patrons who love the game, and we've been treated to some great games down through the summer, not alone just on the telly, but also here in the park. You know, namely like Raharney were involved in 2 crackers with Clonkill and Collinstown, and all the games were competitive all the way through. But to end up then playing in, as you say, it could be cold, wet, miserable, Halloween time of the year. Now, who knows? It could be crisp, sharp weather too. I don't know, but you would be hoping, for the sake of the game of hurling, that at least it's dry. That's what you would expect.
That you get a decent game for, and that's what we're hoping for today. Is that, as you said, it'll be interesting to see who learned more from that league encounter here today, whether Mickey Dan or whether Jody, they pick something from it or something to come up, and I'm sure they've analysed that game very much since the start of the week, and they've been focusing on where they can probably improve and maybe shore up those areas where they were in it. I mean, Clankill were in virtually total control of that game for the vast majority of the game, and all of a sudden the Gaels come back with a flying finish and they're over the line.
Yeah, but it was very little in it. I wouldn't read an awful lot into it, and I'd say both of them, they're more concerned about getting their own act together and getting things right, more so than the opposition, because neither of them really showed what they can be capable of, bar for the shooting. We both know, I suppose, that both of them can shoot the lights out if things go right for them. So it's going to be more defensive today, to be hard tackling, a lot of, I suppose, early on, trying to keep it as tight as you can.
Maybe,
and just keep it tight for as long as you can, and just see who can stretch it out. So hopefully we'll be hoping for a good game. There's nothing to say it won't be. They're 2 of the top teams for the last number of years. The Gaels are chasing their dream of getting back into a county final to eliminate. They haven't won one since 2002. Clonkill are the old horses for the old road. They're always thereabouts. You never write them off. So it'll be interesting to see how it goes.
Yeah, and at the start of the year, Pat, would have been many people's favourites to get this far, and losing their opening championship game. Clankill have developed and mellowed kind of as the championship has gone on. They've definitely gotten better as the championship has gone on.
Yeah, well, that's true.
They're growing into this championship. I think they'll come with a little bit of a wet sail. I don't think the winners of this course play Castletown in the county final. Castletown won't, they won't take either of these two sides lightly.
Not at all. I mean, Castletown are sitting around for 5 weeks for a county final. It's a terrible long time. I mean, we were all talking the whole year on the podcast and everything about the injuries Clonkill had, but the way the season was working out, I mean, Lazarus could have come back to play in the county final at this stage because it's dragged on so long. So look at Clonkill, if they get over the line, they'll relish playing at that time of the year. If Collinstown get over the line, possibly not as much so, but look at we'll worry about today first, and 5 weeks time will come in its own time.
We're looking down the list of both teams, Pat, and it's a who's who of Westmeath Hurling. You look at the Clonkill side, maybe a little bit of rebuilding there, the likes of Rian Holding coming into that team. It's great to see Dara Egerton back after injury. Josh Murta, another young lad that's come into the team. One man that has struck me all year, I don't know, he's actually named at number 10 today. He's named the corner forward in Lacha. Young Robbie Cleary. He started at 15 here the last day. I thought he was immense for Clonkill here the last day. He seems to be playing a kind of a rover, almost libero, in between defence and attack, almost as an extra midfield player. And anytime I've seen him this season, he has been absolutely excellent for Clonkill.
Yeah, no, his role the last day was very influential. He's a real bundle of energy. He was all over the place. And he's a great link-up player. Clonkill have this tendency to drop back and then have space up front and to have pace up front. Like the Luke and that young Cleary and Geordie. They're very lively. So it's be interesting to see. Well, the Gaels be able to nullify that today or that, But Dara Egerton is a huge plus for them back because he was missing along the season. Dara Egerton, we've said it all along, pound per pound, he's been the top player over the last 2 years in Westmeath.
I totally agree with you there, Pat.
Absolutely immense player.
He's done a marvellous job to get back himself from the serious. At one time we didn't think he was going to play it all this season. I think himself he wasn't 100% sure whether he was going to play it all this season. So it's a great credit to the young man to do that sort of thing. And similarly, if you look at the Gaels side, the likes of the jogger, Hammy Doyle, Philly Riley, Dan Higgins at full back, I think has had a wonderful championship for them. David Williams shooting the lights out up front. Interesting to know Derek McNichols doesn't start.
Yeah, well, I suppose Derek is probably the elder statesman of the team, but he's a fantastic man to bring on because his vision from the line for the first 20-25 minutes, if he's there watching the game, see how it's opening up, he'll know where the pockets of space are being created frustrated and where he needs to be when he goes in. He's not like, say, a young lad being fired in just in the early days in his career that he's running wild. Derek is cute, he knows, and he's a great shots striker, you know, he's great power in the wrist, you know, but I mean, I suppose if you can leave the likes of Derek on the line, it means you have good firepower ahead of him.
And similarly, if you look at the Clonkill side, Niall Mitchell on the sideline as well, you know, he's not starting today either, and you know, if Clonkill need I suppose a boost at any stage of it, then it certainly would lift the Clonkill supporters with him coming on, and you know, just a stylish, clever hurler.
Yeah, well, Niall Mitchell, there must be some little problem there, because I mean, in most teams, if you had Niall Mitchell in your ranks, if he would be playing, and I would imagine he would be playing if he was 100% fit. Now, he was injured early in the year, but he's after getting 2 games with the Downs, and he's after getting 2 games back in with Clonkill. Yeah, you know, so there must be some little niggle there. So we'll see as it goes along. But it seems to be moving quite swiftly out here.
Yeah, we're looking at him out here in the warm-up. But we'll give you the 2 teams then, gentlemen, while the teams are just finishing up the warm-ups. We'll give you Clonkill first. In goals is Anthony Price, 2 is Paul Poynton, 3 is Luke Kenny, and 4 is Reen Holding, 5 is Dara Egerton, 6 is Alan McGrath, and 7 is Josh Murton. Lorna Park at number 8, Matthew Glynn does not start. He's replaced by number 22, Kieran Nolan, and number 9 is Peter Scally. Number 10 is Robbie Cleary, 11 is Luke Loughlin, and Oisin Loughlin wears 12. Andrew Shaw at 13. 14 is Oisin Murray, and Geordie Smith takes up the top of the left berth at number 15. And I suppose, Pat, if you look at that Clonkill starting 15, it has changed considerably over the course of the season so far. The views of Mickey Down has used quite a lot of players this season.
Yeah, well, I suppose that's credit to the club that he has these young lads at his disposal to go and use them. Like, but he's not afraid to throw in these lads. But Reen Holan is a big, strong man. He has been there at the county under-20s and that. And he's a good potential. He was away a bit during the summer. Josh Murt is another good young lad. Young Kenny, like Paul Poynton has been his experience. He's been around the place for a good while. You know, Kieran Nolan, very experienced young lad as well. Like, he has got good game time in both hurling and football.
I would suggest, Pat, that you said it before we came on broadcast here, that that's possibly not positionally how they're going to line out either. There's probably going to be considerable positional changes in that Clonkill team.
Possibly. Look, it's both teams do these things, you know, but sure, management tries their best to outwit the opposite manager, but sure, it doesn't always work, so it's hard to know exactly. But in the first 5 minutes, we'll know where lads are positioned.
The Gaels line out as follows. In goals is Noel Connaughey, 2 is Dara Egerton, 3 is Dan Higgins, 4 is Philly Riley. Shane Williams is at 5, Dara Quamer at 6, and Tommy Doyle, the jogger, is at 7. Brendan Doyle is at 8, and wearing number 9 is Mihal Daly. Owen Daly is at 10, David Williams at 11, Derek McNicholas is listed as 12, but he does not start, and he's replaced by number 17, Dan Riley. 13 is Marcus Kennedy, 14 is Warren Williams, and 15 is Aaron Kennedy. A very young full forward line, I suppose, Pat, but maybe not so young, but certainly wouldn't have had the experience that we've had from forward lines of Lough Lene Gaels of days of old, I suppose.
Yeah, but if you just go back and look at the way the Gaels play, they don't tend to use their full forward line that terrible amount. They're a team to strike the ball from distance. You know, they rely an awful lot on shooting from outside the D and maybe further afield. At times it goes well, and at times it doesn't. Like, if you think back to the game they played against Castletown, they had 6 shots before half time and they all sailed the wrong side of the post.
Yeah.
So an inside forward line can be very frustrated at times with Collins on. But so it'll be interesting to know what way they'll go. You know, but I would imagine that Dan Riley will go back into defence. The jogger will probably go a half forward, and there'll be a lot of balls coming in there for their height.
The referee, of course, for this afternoon's game is Cayman Flynn. And we're going to pause for a moment's silence. National anthem. bit more hurling than we did the national anthem. We got half of a national anthem there.
Yeah, it's a pity now because
it came to shoving Connie around the green was about as far as we got for that one. But we're almost ready to throw in here in the Westmeath Senior A Hurling Championship semi-final between Clonkill and Lough Lene Gaels. Already came and Flynn is out in the centre. And interested to know, Pat,
the jogger has gone in.
Cleary has gone centre of the field wearing 10, and indeed he's joined by Kieran Nolan.
Yeah, Kieran Nolan came in as a direct swap there for Matthew Lynn, but the jogger has gone up into the half forwards, as it was predicted.
He started quite a few games in that position, Pat.
It's a very strong half forward line. I would imagine Noel Connaughey is going to be trying to bombard the height of Owen Daly and the jogger for a lot of his puck outs, and the likes of David Williams will be there to pick up pieces. So we have Luke Loughlin on the wing forward.
He's been tanned by the Gale substitution, Dan Riley, who himself is only coming back from injury as well. So that's going to be a lot of interesting matchups. But it's the Gales take the first possession of it, but they're intercepted on McGrath, way over on the far side of the field. On the terrace side, nice ball into the forward line. Into Oisin Murray. Murray now takes on his man. He's gone inside his man, but referee came and Flynn says he's taken too many steps. It's going to be free out for the Gale, way over on the far side of the pitch, just underneath the scoreboard on the terrace side of the pitch. Quite a good crowd here, Pat, today.
Yeah,
and they're still drifting in here.
That's right. No, it's good to see it now, because that's what you expect, like when you get to a semi-final stage like this. People are interested in good hurling.
Oh, right down the centre, nicely caught, beautifully caught that time by Owen Daly. Daly still going with the ball. He's a big strong man trying to get it across the jogger. Jogger stands still and he doesn't get it. The ball is still available there. Owen Daly pulls a pull. Owen Daly gets the opening score of the game, and he set it up, Pat lost it and got it back again to get the opening score then as well.
Yeah, great work by Owen Daly. He thundered up the centre, gave a ball. The jogger didn't seem to be over excited about going for it, but Owen Daly won it back and got a lovely score.
Clonkill now building from the back, Green holding. He's intercepted, a lot of maybe overplayed it a small bit. Still in retention now. Ball goes back out again. Oh, he gets it on. Oisin Loughlin takes it on. Loughlin now steps it up. Gives it to Luke Loughlin. Luke looks outside him. Sees that Andrew Shaw is there. Andrew, he pulled it, and Andrew pulled it across the goals and wide.
Yeah. Clonkill the last day, Paul, they actually done an awful lot of this hand passing down the wing and that, and they went short from Anthony there and worked the hand pass. Got into a little difficulty getting it out of their own half, but once they did, they moved quite swiftly. Possibly the shot was on for a point, but it just tailed a little bit to the left from Andrew Shaw. But it'll be interesting to see how they're going to continue this running game.
Yeah, possibly overplayed it a little bit that time, Matt, as well. Ball into the centre. Eventually it's grabbed. Padder Skelly puts it onto the hurl. Looks up and sees Luke Loughlin coming off the shoulder. Loughlin, good title mark by Dan Riley. Luke on the hurl and is it coming in and out wide. There wasn't a whole lot in that one, Pat.
No, very little. And again, as we said, the goal, Noel went targeted the jogger, but he was beaten by Alan McGrath. And it seems to be that Luke Loughlin is the man they're looking for at the end of all these hand passes.
Ball into the centre. Again, Owen Daly grabbed the hold of it, but this one's gone out over the sideline. Daly thought he was in possession of it there, but it's gone out over the sideline. It's going to be sideline ball to Clonkill.
It was interesting that time, Paul, that Owen Daly came over on top of the jogger side, so they really had the twin towers. But they just had the ball, but just Clonkill just nursed them out over it.
Possibly overcrowded that side of the field with the two tall men. But it seems to be the modus operandi from Noel Connaughey, get it out to wherever the two boys are standing.
Yeah, a little bit of sun on the eyes now, the Collinstown defence.
It won't be easy, yeah.
See Hurley's up on the goalkeeper and the full back lines.
Oh, look at the ball here. Eventually it's very well taken away by Dara Egerton. Egerton is fouled and straight up by Dara Egerton that time to take it out in first place.
And that just goes to show the intensity that Dara Egerton brings to the game. Like he won a ball there that the jogger looked like he was winning. He just nipped it off and gone, threw it over and got the free.
Almost like a new player, Pat, at this stage. He's had his rest during the summer now, mad to play hurling and
well, Dara Egerton, I said it before, he's one of the best defenders I know how to draw a free. He's this capability of holding on to possession and falling back and whatever, and he earns all these frees, but he puts himself into that position.
Padder Skelly strikes the ball from his own 65-metre line. That's the number of the bar. That's a fine strike from a long way out.
His first strike of the game, as Padder's has turned into a prolific free taker. Like I said it all along, he's getting good coaching from Brendan Murta, and he's really knows where the posts are.
Carrying a very heavy strapping on that right leg though, Pat, or on his left leg actually. That's a great catch. It's got in. Oh, what a goal! What a beautiful goal!
13.
Marcus Kennedy with the finish, but it was the catch there, I think, from Warren Williams that made that goal back.
Yeah, absolutely.
He looked up straight away and he saw that Marcus Kennedy and the Gaels were in trouble the very minute that ball went in.
Yeah, no, it was a great goal, We'll continue with the play.
Back down again on this side of the field. Philly Riley is going for it this time. Clonkill, they've been stung by an early goal here. It's probably exactly the dream start. Derek Quamer has it. Quamer now drives it away over the far side. Looking for Owen Daly, doesn't see it, but he does see the other corner forward over there.
Line ball. But just going back to the goal there, Paul, it was a good ball by Owen Daly into the square, brilliantly caught by Warren Williams, and he had the clearness just to lay it off, and first time swing from Marcus Kennedy. Anthony had no chance.
He did absolutely the right thing, Pat, and 1-1 to the Gaels, a single point for Clonkill here.
Great start for the Gaels.
Absolutely. It was a wonderful catch that made the goal, and there was no fuss about it. Got it out straight away, and there was no catching or anything. It was straight into the back of the net. Sideline ball has been intercepted now. Clonkill back on the attack. Into Andrew Shaw now, trying to take on his man. Doesn't get by him at first. Big Cleary can't take it either. So it's Philly. He tries to go down with the ball. No one can get it on him. Gaiman says, hold on a minute, boys, now. I'm going to throw this one in.
Clonkill seem to be playing this shorter game at the moment. They seem to be quite happy to run and find a man every time.
I'm not quite sure if that's going to be the modus operandi for the whole day, Pat. I don't know what that succeeds. Gaels are certainly far more direct here. So, ball into the centre. It's a ruck developing here. We're waiting for Nigel Owens in there to get this stage to give a decision. That's very, very well done this time. Again, it's Owen Daly. Long ball in. That's beautifully caught in the half-back line. Again, it's Rob. The jogger has it. Tommy Doyle bearing down a goal. He has a man outside him. Can he make it? Is he going to make it? He gets a flick to it. It's just not enough, though. Aaron Kennedy almost had the chance there, but it was just ran away from him just at the real wrong time, and good work there, I suppose, by the goalkeeper. Anthony Price. It's going to be a free out, and Anthony Price kind of saved the brushes there, Pat, a small bit.
Yeah, but you can see the intensity of the forward line from Lough Lene Gaels. Their work rate is intense. It's massive. They're given no chance whatsoever for Clonkill to settle on the ball, get the clearance. Even Dara Egerton caught a ball there when he seemed to be the extra man when the ball was cleared up by Owen Daly. And he was swamped straight away, overturned. Lucky enough for Clonkill, I suppose, that Anthony just got out in time. Maybe the pass from the jogger was a little bit strong.
Might have been a little bit
Marcus,
strong.
And he just didn't get there. But
the yellow card for Warren Williams there as well in the follow-up to it. But it was another chance, definitely. And the Gaels are going direct, Pat. It's route one.
Well, that's what the Gaels
right
do.
Back
the tendency is to strike it in from distance. So it'll be interesting to see if they keep this up.
Ball right down the centre, dropping on right on the edge of the league. Going to be a race for the ball. Robbie Cleary goes out for it. He's almost beaten to it by Lough Lene. Still in retention of it. Clankill working back to Jordy Smith. Jordy has a goal. Jordy's outside the knee and Jordy puts it over the bar. A lovely score from Jordy Smith.
Good work from Clonkill that time. Anthony has a huge drive at the ball and was a huge puck down, blocked out by Collinson, but picked up the pieces again by Clonkill. A good score.
Ball down on this side again. David Williams goes up for it. He can't make it. It's intercepted. Again, Clankill picking up the piece. Jordan Smith is at playing at 15, but he's a lovely place. Robbie Cleary picks up the ball. Tried to get it into Oisin Loughlin. Doesn't get it at the first attempt. Does get it at the second attempt, but it's going to be intercepted, is it? No, it's not. It's Oisin Loughlin coming back at it again. The Gaels are very caught at the back here. There's nobody in the full back line at all. Dan Higgins does extremely well to extricate himself out of that one, and it's well shifted again. Lough Daly gives it into Quamer. Long ball in. It's direct. It's long. It's right. Heading into the square, but it's well caught this time by Anthony Price. Gets it out along the sideline, out to Egerton, that's clear, right down the far end of the pitch. Dan Riley is going for it, Luke Loughlin is going for it. Paul is going to what happened, and it's Loughlin shows huge experience and shows huge bit of skill there to get the ball. Luke Loughlin won a free there because there was no need for that foul whatsoever, in my opinion, Pat.
No. It was a great clearance by Dara Egerton. First of all, the ball was well caught under the crossbar by Anthony. He found Dara Egerton, a huge delivery to 1-on-1. The man you wanted, Luke Loughlin, the ball went into the corner. He was controlled in the corner, but silly free, because it was going nowhere. It in the corner flag. So now there's an opportunist free for Padder Scally to try and bring them back into the game. So that's where Joey would be really annoyed with his corner back there for getting sucked into that.
Your heartburn, those types of ones anyway. It's actually Oisin Loughlin that's going to take this one. It's not right.
It's actually, yeah, so change of free taker this time. I suppose it's a very acute angle. Maybe he's a tighter little swing or whatever it takes.
For our viewers, it's right along the sideline here. It's a very narrow angle. It'll be a great score if it goes over. Chance now to pull one back here for Clonkill. They trail at the moment, 1-1 to 2 points.
Crouching down now, he's lifting the setter up, it comes and fires it in.
Look, maybe it's gone to the wrong side of the post.
Wide.
Third wide for Clonkill already, passing.
Yeah.
A little bit concerning. No, that wasn't easy.
No, that was a very difficult free. And all
we had that right in front of us here now, and it would take a very good one.
Anyway,
1-1 to 2 points here at the moment in TEG Cusack Park. Low scored and it's been tight. It's certainly not. It's been open. Tommy Jogger has it. Jogger going through, has nowhere to go now. That's great defending by Clonkill. And again, it's Egerton is at the heart of it again. Ball back out over to this side of the field. Moving it along. They're shifting from hand to hand. It's right through the centre again. Andrew Shaw gives it back to Loughlin. Oh, Cayman says.
yeah, he said it was a throw ball, Paul, but the thing is very evident here that Clonkill are prepared to work off the shoulder. Every time they give a pass, that man goes again. It's good running. Hand passing could be a little tricky. If Cayman is watching for these throws or hand passes, they're very hard to call. Sometimes they go for you, sometimes they
almost
won't.
Impossible to call at this stage.
Like we have more direct hurling from Collinstown, and at the moment we seem to be more of a running game from Clonkill, which is new for them. But maybe this younger, youthful team that they have, this is what they want to play.
It does take an awful lot of energy, Pat.
But they are swamping. I noticed that the last couple of puck-outs when they come on top of the jogger, he might have won the ball, but he'd nowhere to go because there was that many green shirts on him.
Absolutely, yeah.
Like we even seen Geordie Smith, the corner forward, who was actually standing inside the square at the other end of the field on top of it.
Davy Williams with a long attempt at a free here.
Look good.
Davy Williams has struck that one. It's the first wide for the Gaels here. 3 for Clonkill. It's been nip and tuck here, Pat.
Yeah.
But let's be honest, it's not the greatest game of hurling so far, but they're still getting to know one another. Ball into the centre of the field. Who's going to come out? Derek Quamer tries to come out, and it's Robbie Cleary. Cleary tries to pick it up. He's intercepted, but it's gone out over the sideline. Going to be a sideline ball for Loughlin. Gaels right bang smack in front of us here, in front of our commentary position.
Yeah.
Shane Williams going to take this one.
It's down. Free taking could be very influential in this. Like you would imagine, Shane Williams, should be getting all these frees because he's a very experienced free taker now. But he can't afford to be losing any of these frees.
It's a speculative pass, Bishop.
That's the wrong option there because the jogger was in front.
I agree with you.
See, they're working it out.
It's back to the centre. Clonkill coming back on the attack again. Robbie Cleary back on the feet. What a hook by the jogger. What a hook by Tommy Doyle. And look at that. In a flash, it's up and it's over the bar. What a wonderful piece of skill, Pat.
Absolutely. The old dog for the hard road. A beautiful rob from Jogger and the young chap. And a super strike. That's an inspirational point for Colin.
I was just about to write down the score for Robbie Cleary because he's been deadly accurate from that position, but it was a wonderful strike, and at the minute he got it into his hand, the Jogger had only one thing on his mind, and that was, I'm putting this over the bar, simple as.
Yeah, well, I suppose what they call in boxing terms the arm stretch from the Jogger and his hurley was a good distance, so it was very well worked. And a great score. It wasn't just that he robbed them, but he executed it brilliantly because he was in the middle of the pitch, like striking against whatever bit of a breeze.
Beautiful score. Absolutely wonderful score. And has set, lifted to the crowd here a small bit. Sideline ball for the Gaels. Way over on the far side of the pitch. Who's going to get to it again? It's mass defence, but it comes out eventually. It's gone across the goals, has it? Yes, it has. It's gone across the goals.
Another wide. It's just a kind of shoot on haste. It was a good line ball in from Shane Williams, collected by.
It seems to be shoot on side part. That's the modus operandi. And the Shaw is trying to get
another line ball.
There's no official. Murray is trying to get one. Actually, Murray is knocked over the sideline.
Yeah, it just hasn't really caught fire yet. Like, I suppose both sides are sussing one another out or that. And they haven't got any.
Getting to know each other, I suppose, at this stage, you know.
You can't say there's any hard hitting or anything. The intensity,
no, but it's physical and it's tight. The fences are certainly on top here this afternoon so far. Nice cut along the sideline. Who's going to get it? Owen Daly does very, very well. Daly falls to ground, trying to get the ball away. Marcus Kennedy is in on it. Owen Daly gets it back at the second time of asking, and Owen Daly does well to get it out there. Derek Quaymar now. Quaymar, what a beautiful strike. Is it going to drift? It is. It just drifted at the end. He's wondering did it go over, but from our viewpoint here, Pan, it definitely looked as if it pulled across the board.
Yeah, just unfortunate. I mean, Owen Daly done well to win it.
Owen Daly did extremely well. He won it twice, as a matter of fact, if the truth be known.
It's very difficult. He didn't get it on what I would call his shooter. Derek Quaymar is more of a defender than a forward. Just unfortunately, he didn't find Shane Williams or someone with it.
Gaels went running into one another, but eventually comes out Philly Riley, gets it over onto the far side. Nicely picked up this time by Aaron Kendi into the forward line. It's well grabbed by Marcus Gates because it's drifting, and this time it's Marcus Kennedy.
That's a pity now because it's 4 wides, 3 in a row there now. Like, and there's nice play from the Gaels.
Eminently scoreable chances as well, Panama.
No, they were all scoreable. Like, and I mean, the Kennedys are well capable of scoring, but they're going the wrong side of the post. They're going with a short puck out again here now from Clonkill.
Clonkill trying to work it down along the sideline here.
And even Mallory threw the ball again. That's twice now Clonkill have been pulled for throwing the ball.
But
it's very frustrating for management when a player does that, because you're training them and you're telling them at training, don't throw the ball. Make sure you have a hand movement between your hand and the ball that's evident. But if you do that consciously, you're kind of slow on doing the hand pass.
Yeah,
that's what players are more concerned about. They like to get the ball away quicker from the hand. But anyway, they might get away with it. It all depends on the strike, and this now is a tricky free because
the referee as well and his interpretation of the law.
Yeah, but David Williams has a tricky free here that he needs to get because his last one drifted to the left of the post, and they need to get another score going.
Williams striking, and this one he measures to perfection. That's a lovely strike from David Williams.
Yeah, that's what Collinstown needed now, just to get, especially him as well, to get him settled.
1-3 to Lough Lene Gaels, 2 points to Clonkill. We're into almost the 18th minute here. We've almost 17 minutes gone. It's a huge puck out from Anthony Price. It really, really is a massive puck out. But eventually it's the Gaels again who come out with the ball, as they have done for a lot of this early part of the game. Eventually it's intercepted. Davy Williams gets it onto the jogger. Tommy Doyle bearing down a goal, barely flicks the wrist. That's gone very, very much astray.
Yeah, terrible effort. Kind of a lazy strike from the jogger. Great work by the defence. A huge puck, as you said, from Anthony. It must have went.
Oh my God, it was nearly into the 21. Opposite 21-yard line.
And David Williams won it well, and he seen the jogger on the move. He took his man on, moved it into the jogger. There was no conviction in the strike from Tommy.
That's the word I was looking for, was conviction. No. He looked as if he was casually going to stroke it over the bar, but it didn't work on this occasion. Under Padder Scully here. Scully trying to get it. Scully almost has moved into the half forward line, I think, at this stage. He was going to come out with it. Quaymar does extremely well. Quaymar is sorely fouled there. I have to say, I would have given that the other way, Pat. I thought there was a hurl over the shoulder that time.
But I think, in fairness to him, and he was unsighted that time, because we can see Derek Quaymar actually released the ball onto the ground, and the whistle went. You know, it definitely, it's a lucky free here for Clonkill, which I would expect Padder to nail.
Just inside the 65-metre line, directly in front of us here in our commentary position. Padder Scully does what Padder Scully does. He pops it over the bar. His second of the game.
Yeah, just look at, you take any opportunities you get, so it's a little bit unlucky for a centre back from Collinstown.
Ball into the centre again. There's a lot of players around the ruck of the ball. Owen Daly tries to get it, doesn't get it the first time. And eventually it's won by Thomas Gallic. He swings it across the far side of the field, but there's nobody there waiting for it except Dan Higgins, and he give it back to Noel Connery. Connery seems to have a bit of space there. Tries ball along if he's
Good work. Unlucky there because
it's unfortunate now.
Shane Williams was the man.
If he got the hurl to it first, Pat, I think he had clear space in front of him.
Yeah, no, it was the right idea because Shane Williams was loose and gone, but just unfortunately the ball sailed over the sideline.
Clankill manager Mickey Down is not going to rest that ceremony here. Actually, Murray's going through with the ball. Actually, Murray should have really got that ball, but did very, very well, and he's won a free out of it. Interesting though, Mickey Dan is not going to waste any time here. Matthew Glynn looks like he's coming on already, Pat.
Yes, looks like number 8 is coming back on. Very strange to see him coming back on if he wasn't started initially, so it'll be interesting to see where they're going.
Interested to see who he's going to replace, Pat. That's for Roisin Loughlin to pull another one back here for Clonkill, and he does.
Roisin Murray, is it?
Robin Cleary. I have to say,
yeah, Robin Cleary,
greatly, Pat.
Yeah, well, there may be some little niggle there because he's a very, very lively young fella. It's a game that really hasn't ignited a lot, you know.
No, even with the early Gaels goal, Pat, it still really hasn't ignited.
Like it's 4 points, 4 scores apiece after 20 minutes, compared to the last day when it was a free score.
Yeah. But it just goes to show you what's at stake here. It's a county semi-final. It's a county final in place here, and neither team want to lose it almost as much as they want to win it.
That's it. Another simple free here for, well, not for shooting, but an easy free they got. And Patter is scoring them all. That's 4 frees out of 5 points now for Clonkill after 20 minutes. So if Collinstown
only one score from play, yeah.
Just revert from fouling. Now, good catch by the jogger.
And of course that's why he's there. Looks to have lost it, but again this one is dropping short. Is it going to be something similar? Warren Williams goes over. This time it's batted out well. Owen Daly goes out to it, doesn't make it this time, and Kieran Nolan gets it out to McGrath gives it back, but again we're going back here.
You see, it was the goalkeeper Noel poked a good ball, great catch by the jogger, but as it had happened before, he had nowhere to go.
He's surrounded,
and he was forced to strike the ball off the hurl with his back to the goals. Now it was a high speculative ball into the square, which Clonkill dealt with remarkably well. They batted it out and they picked up the pieces. Alan McGrath was outside to pick it up,
and it seemed to me that the Gaels are happy enough to let the jogger catch those ones because they're swarming around him. Once he catches it then, as you said, Pat, he has no option. There are no out balls, there are no movement in front of him. They're struggling severely with that at the moment, and in my opinion the Gaels forward line in general hasn't really started very well.
Yeah, well, when you have the likes of, say, the likes of Alan McGrath, Dara Egerton, Holding, Kenny, these around you, like it's difficult to get past them, like, you know, and the Gaels need to try and space that ball out wider and try and get the shooters on it, you know. So that's 2 or 3 times now between Owen Daly and the jogger twice who caught the ball, and it just didn't get the shots off because they were swarmed up, and that's credit to the defence of Clonkill.
Yeah, it's good defence by that Clonkill defence.
So we have what I would say an indirect free here, but it could land the whole way into the square because he's actually not. He's going short. He has a man loose.
That's a rather fortunate one.
Very loose play here from the Collinstown men.
Kieran Nolan with the ball in hand. Kieran, as he goes to the shot, gets it into Lough Lene.
That's the man that came on that time. Matthew Glynn that came on.
Yeah.
A good score, but there was very loose play from Collinstown.
Extremely loose play. It was
3 passes.
He had a good 5-6 yards of space in front of him there, and nobody coming anywhere near him. And Higgins over on the far side. Higgins strikes it along the sideline. Looking for Darrell Quaymer. Quaymer gets to it. Quamer looks as if he's fouled. And again, that's a coach killer, you know well. Probably a Clonkill man going to get that ball, and yet the Clonkill man decided that they were going to stop Quamer from getting to it.
He just pulled him back. He could see it simply. He pulled back his hand and his hurley, so it was an alternative. It was a different strategy that time from Noel, I suppose. He's trying to open up the play, spread it out a bit more, but still, it's a game. Like, we'll be drifting into half time and we'll be wondering what's wrong. It hasn't really ignited. It's just a kind of cat and mouse at the moment, just tit for tat.
Yeah, but it's more defensively minded, I suppose, than anything else, Pat. But at the same time, as you said earlier on, they know each other far too well, I suppose, and that's playing a little bit into it today as well.
Yeah, possibly, but anyway, Colin got another free there. It's David Williams is 1-4 to 6 points. There's nothing in it. Anthony's still going short.
6 points to Clonkill, and again it's a short ball.
And it goes back to him.
Eventually he goes strikes it long. So ball down the centre, Philly Riley. There's a chance now. Oisin Loughlin looks he's in a bit of space here. What's he going to do with it? Is he going to go for goals? And no, he's going to try and hand back around. And Pat, that was absolutely the wrong move to make there.
Yeah, but it was great vision, first of all, from Oisin Murray to find Oisin Loughlin in space, and the shot was on. As I can say, if you get the right shooters on it, if that was a Luke Loughlin at the end of that, he can be
Loughlin
totally
has got it this time. He's over on the far sideline, and that's a beautiful score from Luke Loughlin, and makes up for the aberration there, I suppose. His first of the game, Pat.
Yeah, but that was an inspirational score from a very, very difficult angle. But I'm just reiterating, if that ball that went to Oisin Loughlin went to Luke Loughlin,
yeah,
can be dead sure he'd find the net, or at least he'd go for it anyway.
Ball down in front of us here. Again, it's knocked on by Tommy Doyle, but it's knocked on to just pure space because nobody in attendance there, Pat.
Yeah, but you see, once the ball breaks off the jogger, Dara Egerton is the best man to sweep up. He was there again, swept up the ball, waited for the man to come in with the hurley and drew the free again. He's an absolute expert at this. Until teams cut themselves on, play him, try and play him out. Brilliantly done by Dara.
And of course would have learned from the best, and Paddy Dowdall, of course, they would have played that kind of sweeperish role, that libero role as well for Clonkill for many years. And again, Philly Riley does well this time to get this one clear. And actually it was David Williams. Ball out. Philly Riley gets it now over the ball. Yeah, catch by Owen Daly over on the far side. Daly makes 1 yard of space, 2 yards of space. He's inside the 45. Daly still with the ball in her. Daly puts a strike on it. And Daly pops it, does he? No, it's just gone wide. Oh, 6 wide for the Gaels. Yeah. He did everything there, Pat Barr.
Yeah,
the final strike.
It was a brilliant bit of play, but I must say the sun is very strong now. The Collins
absolutely, yeah. It is affecting play, there's no doubt about it.
But it was a great bit of play by the Gaels. I pity the score just didn't happen for them, but that's the way it goes. You have to take your chances.
Jordy Smith tries to get to the far side. Paul Poynton gets a hurling. It's still up for grabs, but it's eventually the Gaels to come back with it again. And they're winning an awful lot of that dirty ball, Pat.
Yeah, no, they're confident at the back, but the terrible ball from David Williams.
Terrible ball from David Williams. And he has been
Tara
really...
Egerton, who found another Clonkill man loose, who finds Luke Loughlin, who throws it back and finds Padder.
And again, that's a ball to nobody.
It's coming out. It was half blocked with the Collins on it.
Up goes the Jugger. Jugger goes underneath it this time. David Williams tries to get it, but again, he's stopped by Kieran Nolan. Kieran Nolan has the ball. Nolan started this ball. Back over onto this side of the field. Who's going to get there this time? Oisin Murray has it. Does well to hold on, retain possession. Looks up and see Jordy is there, but Jordy is only going to run into... Even if he did get it, Pat, there was nothing wrong with an absolute gang of Gaels men.
He had the right idea, but he didn't just execute it properly. Good ball into the box again.
Ball up into the centre. Eventually it's going to come out of Owen Doyle. There's a player down and he looks fairly injured. I'm not quite sure there was any free in it. Owen Daly eventually gets it out. Another chance of a goal here, but it's blocked. It's blocked well.
It was blocked by
Paul Poynton.
By Reen Holding before he got into the goals. You know, but these are all dangerous balls that are going into the square or maybe around the D. But in fairness, Clonkill are dealing with them pretty well. If they're winning the second phase, if it's not caught cleanly, you know.
The Gaels have missed a lot of those opportunities, those Patton, and we hope it doesn't come back to haunt them in the second half. But certainly they have had the better opportunities than Clankill have had here, and they're not making the most of them so far.
They're creating better opportunities.
Absolutely,
let's say.
Yeah.
You know, I think they have 5 wides from play, and some of them now were lazy wides, as I'd say. But you know, when the ball comes down here to the Clonkill forward line, Collinstown boys seem to have the measure of them. And now the sun is, I said it before, it's very tricky sometimes. You know, if you're in front and you don't just collect the ball straight away, that gives the man behind that split second, you know, to capitalise on your mistake, if you want to say it. But the sun is just blinding the first man.
Yeah, 29 minutes in, it's 1-4.
It's a 65
so
here.
65 now for David Williams, pretty much in the centre of the pitch.
He should be knocking these over, Pat. He hasn't had the brightest starts in this game, if we're being honest. Yeah, well, a player we're expecting a little bit too much of him. He's young, but he definitely has been shooting the lights out with these type of things.
Yeah, well, this is a 65 that he has to get, because at the end of the day, it's dead straight in front of the goals. You know.
There'll be 2 minutes additional time at the end of this half as well. It's just been announced here in TEG Cusack Park, and what has been a very lifeless almost first half here in TEG Cusack Park. David Williams strikes it. David Williams, I think, has pulled it across the goal again. That's a 7th wide, Pat.
Yeah, that's very uncharacteristic, because he's actually striking the ball quite well. He's keeping his trajectory quite low, but Anthony goes short again. Finds Dar Egerton though. He goes long.
Ball down in front. It looks like Shane Williams is going to get to it first, and Shane Williams does get to it first. Shane Williams loses it though. He was half keeping an eye on what was coming in to meet him, I think. And a bit of a scrum developing here. Came and says, "Give me the ball."
It was a ball that Shane Williams had seemed to have a lot of space to bring it down in his hurl, but he didn't just collect it. But it's strange that Anthony's going short when he has such a strike of the flitter. Like he left.
And we've seen that from one of his strikes, which almost landed on the 14-yard line, Pat.
Yeah, absolutely.
Whether they're afraid that it won't be collected, Banascali does well, gets it back out to Luke Lough Lene now. He's out halfway between the 45, and it's just gone wide, 4th wide of the half for Clankill, and it's been that sort of a game, Pat. It's ifs and ands, and you know, quality has been pretty poor, let's be honest about it, and certainly in the scoring stakes, defensively both teams have shored up well and done very, very well, but from a scoring point of view, it has been a hard watch here so far.
As I said, it's a kind of cat and mouse, but the opportunities are being created by Collinstown, but they're a little bit astray.
It's another one gone into the forward line. Dar Egerton throws up into the clouds this time and takes it.
It's his 3rd free out. But a super catch by Dara, in all fairness, is not the biggest of men.
He was under tremendous pressure there as well.
Yeah.
He's going to take this free.
This one now from Anthony will be a launch, I would imagine. He's going to play it.
Just said that, it's not. He plays.
He's going to find Lough Lene. Better job.
Great chink by Lough Lene now. He has a bit of space in front of him. Strikes it off the right side, and looks like he's topped over. An absolute beauty. His 2nd of the match, Pat, and that was a superb strike.
Yeah, Lough Lene looks a step above everyone else at the moment in regards to striking rate.
And there's Cayman calls for the ball. It's half time here in TEG Cusack Park. It's 8 points to Clankill. It's 1-4 to Lough Lene Gaels after an extremely uneventful first half, Pat. Is that fair to say? Apart, I suppose, from the goal.
Yeah, apart from the goal, but there doesn't seem to have that huge intensity, or there's no what you call hard hitting or anything like that. But the shooting from Lough Lene Gaels would be disappointing for Jody. Like, I mean, they are creating good chances, but they're shooting a little bit astray, and some of them are definitely have a lot to be warranted for. Clonkill are moving the ball swiftly. They're trying to play off the shoulder. Their forward line hasn't really got going, apart from Lough Lene, who looks very, very lively once he's on the ball, because he's able to sidestep Jink. He has that bit of pace. He can open it up.
Just to say that, Pat, he's coming off the pitch here at half time, and he's limping on that right foot, Pat.
He possibly, when he struck that ball there, I noticed that he did kind of land a little bit awkwardly, but he's a fair warrior. I'd say at 15 minutes at half time now, settled it down.
Jerry Buckley says one time, he said, would you play him if he was injured? I suppose he'd play him if he was in a wheelchair.
Yeah.
You know, it's that type of a inspirational leader. But at the moment here, from TEG Cusack Park, it's Lough Lene Gaels 1-4, 7. It's Clonkill 8. Clonkill lead by a point here in the Slevins Coaches Senior A Hurling Championship semi-final. We're going to take a little break. We'll be back with you for the second half, and do stay with us, ladies and gentlemen, here on AirV TV.
TEG, proud sponsors of TEG Cusack Park, serving aviation, biopharmaceuticals and medical industries across the globe. TEG has been to the fore in the fight against COVID-19 with our customers and partners. A local business employing local people. Visit teg.com/careers to learn more. Wishing all our GAA patrons a safe passage through the championship.
Slevins Coaches, proud sponsor of Westmeath GAA Hurling Championships. Clark's Bar, wishing all teams the very best today. MJ Stone Building and Developments, proud sponsor of Westmeath GAA.
Cusack Park pitch is 145 metres long. Imagine 3 of these bridge beams would make up the length of the pitch. Now transport 30 of them from Harney to Kildare. A challenge overcome by a great team with the support of a great community. My name is Pat Barrett, Project Manager, Shamer to Precast.
TEG, proud sponsors of TEG Cusack Park, serving aviation, biopharmaceuticals.
welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to TEG Cusack Park for this afternoon's Slevins Coaches Senior A Hurling Championship semi-final between Clonkill and Lough Lene Gaels. And Pat O'Brien, we're looking forward to a better second half than we've got so far in the first 30 minutes, I have to say.
Yeah, well, we're hoping for it anyway. That's the bottom line. I think Derek McNicholas is coming into the fray. He seems to be out with the team at the moment now. Who's actually gone, I just don't know, because there's that many children moving across the pitch. It's hard to figure out exactly what positions are. But no, we do need. Realistically, we've only got eight points to 1-4. Like 1-4 is a total of 5 scores, and 2 of them were frees. 8 wides from the Gaels. So if the Gaels get their shooting organised, I'd imagine they're in with a shout here.
And from a Gaels point of view, what would Jody be looking for, I suppose, at this stage? He's looking for a little bit of lift, I suppose, in intensity more than anything else.
Yeah, but he's just looking for accuracy. Like, I mean, if they have this tendency, I said it before, that they don't play their full forward line as much as they should, and yet the one ball that they did lapsely put into the square, they got a goal out of it in the early days. But they had a lot of shooting from distance.
And haven't hit another ball in after hill, I suppose, Pat, since that then.
Yeah, well, that's true, but anything that has been hit in now has been dealt with Dara Egerton around the D and that.
And Derek McNicholas is on, certainly, for the second half. Interesting to see who he's come on for. I can't actually see at the moment. I see it's number 14. It's
Warren Williams, I think, is the difference.
The man that caught the ball at the edge of the square for the goal hasn't really contributed a whole lot apart from that. And I suppose Derek has gone in at centre half forward. He'll be a handful of good battle. Let's see, Derek Egerton has gone straight out to mark him as well, Pat.
I'd say that could be switched around, because Derek is out there and David Williams is inside. I would imagine they'll switch around after a few minutes.
Ball is in, game is on, second half here. Final at stake here against Castletown Gagan here in a few weeks' time. Gaels can't show us who's going to get their hand on it again. And there's been a lot of that, Pat. There's been a lot of just ball going into the ruck situation. And
there's a lot of bodies on the line. It's hard to get the ball out sweetly, but there's a line ball now anyway. For Shane Williams is a good man with a line ball, so if he drops it in around the house. But I know if you look at the forwards with their hands up at their helmets, the sun is still strong.
Absolutely. Great catch there on Daly. Daly has had a decent game for the Gaels so far, but just as I say that, I put the kiss of death now because it's lost, and it's going to be cleared, is it? No, it's not.
There's a lot of bodies around the ball, so it's difficult now.
Eventually comes back to Derek McNicholas. And his first contribution to this game, Derek McNicholas, is to slap the ball over the bar.
Yeah, you see, Derek is a shooter, and that's what Collinstown need to find. They need to find the shooters. David Williams, Derek. Owen Daly had the great ball that time, but he just got bottled up and probably took the wrong option. But Derek was just standing outside, cute, wily, foxy as he is, and beautiful score. Anthony goes Rouge 1.
From Anthony Price, way over on the far side of the pitch. Who's going to get to it first? It's Conor, that's gone out over the sideline, but
as well dealt with by the Collinstown defenders over there. Possibly would have been a free out, but it was number 17, Dan Riley, that came out. He's back in his normal corner back position. But Shane Williams goes across and hit another sideline on the opposite side.
He cut a beauty the last time, he gets the same purchase on this one. It's heading in around the danger zone again. Down on the sideline. Who has it? Jogger has it. Does well to get it into the palm. Jogger pulls on it way over on the far sideline, but I'm afraid it's gone to the right and wide. And
what you would call a very wasteful wide, because he gave his foul forward line no chance, and it goes wide on the wrong side. Difficult enough to score under pressure and coming up the sideline.
Price with a quick hook out. It's Kenny at the centre of the field. Indeed, it's not. It's Kenny at the centre of the field.
It's a free all day, all around his head.
Again, Patch, they're coach killers, you know yourself. Silly frees given away.
Yeah, but if you have your hurley up high, you've given the ref no option on it.
No option.
Blow a free
Absolutely
there.
no.
It's interesting to see that Anthony found Luke Kenny out on past the middle of the field. Luke is number 3 on his back.
And he's gone out to mark going daily.
He seems to be.
Heather Scally now. Davy Williams had trouble from this distance for Collinstown in the first half, but be interested to see how Heather Scally copes with this one. Niff strikes. Really decent striking. It's up and over the bar. Lovely score from Heather.
Yeah.
Scally, his 4th of the game. All from frees, of course, but
yeah, but that's the difference. If he keeps scoring and David has already missed 2.
front of us here, just in front of the company.
Owen Daly.
Eventually he comes back. Penny down.
But I see Clonkill are playing with a sweeper now at the back. Matthew Lynn is sitting back in front of the D.
Way out over onto the far side, but it's Clankill ball again. It's Reem Holding trying to get it out over that side line. David Williams eventually takes it off him. David Williams still going with the ball.
He's surrounded by four
green walls. Pushing Lough Lene and named it number 12, but he's playing almost as a sweeper. And Pat, you mentioned it earlier in the first time. Clonkill are hunting in packs here, and they're getting around the striker. They're making sure that he's not getting a clean strike on the ball at all times.
Yeah, well, see, they're physical lads, like, and I mean, there was David Williams had the ball over there, but there was four green shirts all around him. Like,
he had no chance to get out. Absolutely nowhere to go.
No, so
Egerton now, long strike right down the centre of the pitch. Who's going to get the hurling at this end? Nobody. Conventionally comes back out again. It's grabbed in again. Oisin Murray gives it out to Jordy Smith. Smith is on the ground. Gets it out to Murray again. He's at a very acute angle. He's pulled across the goals. Is it going to drift in? It's not. It's wide again. And such has been the tale of this game so far, Pat. For 24 minutes gone, and it's a tale of wides.
So here we have the extra man now. 2-1. That's where Matthew Lynn struck it straight up back.
On into the centre. Nicely caught this time. Beautifully caught that time by Matthew Lynn. But Matthew Lynn, his shooting boots are not on either, Pat.
No, bad strike from him.
Owen Daly trying to get to it again. Doesn't make it the first time. Eventually it's picked up over on this side by Andrew Shaw. Andrew Shaw gets it out to Padder Scally. Scally drives in along when it's heading down.
Aimless wides. These are
aimless wides, Pat. You're absolutely spot on.
You know, like you're winning possession and just striking from distance. You're not giving your full forward line much chance when you're striking balls like that. It's actually Kieran Nolan who's doing the sweeping back here at the back. He's number 22.
Going into the centre again, it's Egerton. He seems to be the end of virtually everything that's going astray here at the moment. Dara Egerton seems to be just two Egerton. Back from Padder Scally. A lot of moves there by Kenny. Eventually does get it away, but it's only going to a Gaels man, and he's going to run into trouble here as well. Does eventually get the ball. Derek is underneath this one. There's another financial players there as well. Paul Pointer tries to get to it. He can't get to it. Eventually it's picked up by Owen Daly. Owen Daly strikes it. Strikes it, a snapshot, and Owen Daly pops it over the bar. Good score from Owen Daly, and he's showing up well, Pat. Probably more so than he has in the championship here before.
Yeah, no, it was a good score because it was badly needed, like, because winning possession and hitting wides is not working, but Clonkill are very much still in this game. They need to get Lough Lene more on the ball.
There, just as we see it, he does get it. Lovely little flick on, but leaves it behind him, unfortunately, and it's Tommy Doyle that grabs it, knocks it into the forward line.
This man is injured.
It looks like it. He's after pulling up. It looks like a calf.
Marcus Kennedy,
I don't think he's going to play much more part in this game. He's back on the field, but I don't know how much more he's going to last. It's a ball in, an aimless ball into nobody again. It's littered with mistakes, this game, unfortunately, Pat. It's a hard watch, if we've been honest. Eventually it does come back. Davy Williams now. Davy Williams is dragged to the ground. It's going to be a free end. It's not Davy Williams indeed. It's Philly O'Reilly, I think.
Clonkill are calling the artillery. They're going for Niall Mitchell.
They're going for the big guns. The big birthday. Niall Mitchell is coming on. And
but it's, as you said, Paul, it is littered with mistakes there. It's like as if everybody's afraid to lose.
Afraid to lose it, yes.
Instead of somebody
exactly right,
by the nettle and say, well, we want to go and win this final.
Yeah.
So this will be, I would imagine, a tap over free for David.
I would suggest that the happiest man here today is possibly Alan Mangan, because it's over from Davy Williams. Third free from him. Plus the Gaels back in front, 1-7, that's 10, Clonkill 9 points. Niall Mitchell is now coming into the fray. Interested to see who to take off here.
So it's actually
Oisin Murray.
Full forward, so as you can expect, the balls will be launched in here now.
Yeah, absolute scud missiles and all that's going to be going into that forward line, I would suggest, at this stage on.
It'll be interesting to see, will Collinstown want to be bringing back the jogger on him now?
It'd be very, I suppose, if they wait and see how long Dan Higgins lasts on it, but I'm not so sure the game could be going outside of that, so it's been catch with the jogger there. But again, it's an aimless ball, Pat, and it's been aimless ball after aimless ball into that forward line. David Williams can complain all he wants. He was second best there. Foul the man, take your punishment. It's a free out.
Yeah, the ball wasn't wonderful now from the jogger striking in there, so
as you said,
it'll be interesting to see. Niall Mitchell is a handful, especially high balls coming in around the square. Dan Higgins hasn't the height, Philly Riley definitely hasn't the height, Shane, so it'll be just play it by ear and see what happens. 8 minutes gone and we're still at the same lethargic kind of hurling as we were doing, so it's a little bit disappointing. Now, this is the test.
We're right in around the square. Lough Lene gets a pull and now and pulls it across the goals, but that's gone wide. And there was a one-handed swing pad that was more in hope than in endeavour, because it was never looked like it was going goalwards at all.
Yeah, well, if they go in, they're very lucky, and if they don't, you expect them to go wide. There's a beautiful puck out.
Never looked up and just goes wide and wide and wide.
You know, it was a beautiful puck out by Noel that time. He actually had two options in front of him, and one Daly got it, but he never looked. He just swung, turned and swiveled and hit it aimlessly wide. Chance here now for
on the ground here. Who's going to win the ruck here again?
Got it here.
Beautifully picked up by Benny Doyle.
Good score. Micheál
Daly, a good score from Micheál Daly.
He showed a great intensity there to win that ball, but it was a ball that should have been controlled by Alan McGrath, that he got overturned.
The Gaels go out to a 2-point lead, 1-8, that's 11, 9 points to Clonkill. We're almost 10 minutes gone here in the second half, runs across it. Lough Lene takes the ball, and Loughlin, he's in past the 21. Loughlin bearing down a goal, extremely well hooked there. Super work by the Gaels defence that time, but eventually it comes out and it's Niall Mitchell that has the ball. It'll be interesting to see. Cayman is getting a free out actually.
Free out, but Luke Loughlin, the Gaels man, Dan Riley went over the ball actually, and Luke won it and went straight through, but it was good hooking, and then whatever shemazel happened, Dan Higgins gets a free out. Well, the game hasn't come to life like what we're expecting.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, I mean,
it needs a spark of genius or something out of the ordinary, Pat, to really get it going, or to even to get the crowd going. And a sizable crowd that's here, it has to be said.
Well, if you think of it, the last day we played, it was 3:21 to 4:20. We were saying that the forward line were on fire. That the defensive coaches would really have to go to work on it. And by God, I tell you, give them credit, because the defences have really been on top for the last 30 and 10 is 40 minutes. Like, we've only got 8 to 9 points. Very disappointing.
Well, Connolly strikes it right down in the heart of the Clonkill defence. Up goes Owen Daly, tries to get a hand to it, doesn't get a hand to it the first time. Again, it bounces around. It's still anyone's ball here, and who's going to grab a hold of it? Eventually, the scrap with the jogger. The jogger looks like he's fouled, and the jogger is fouled. And again, Pat, that's a ball that Clonkill had ample opportunity to clear. They had a couple of chances to try and get that clear, and eventually
you see the strongest man on the pitch in that area got it, the jogger, and he was able to stay on his feet, and lads bouncing off him left, right and centre, and he got the free in. You know, that's what Collinstown needs to hold possession once it comes in here, like, to have any chance. You know, so we're back to David Williams tap over again.
This has put the Gaels up by 3 after 11 minutes of the second half, and that's just bread and butter to David Williams. 1-9 to Lough Lene Gaels, 9 points, a clear goal between the sides. 11 minutes into the second half of what has been a disappointing Western Senior Hurling Championship semi-final so far. Ball out again, huge puck out again from Anthony Price, way down on top of the Gaels defence. But as again, that Gaels defence are standing up tall and standing up well at the moment, but it's intercepted. Jordy Smith, probably the smallest man on the pitch, he gets his hand on it. Jordy still going with it, he's dispossessed. Comes back out again. Ball through the centre.
To the shooter.
Eventually comes out to the shooter. It's going to drop short.
He didn't have the conviction. He just hoping.
Again, much like the jogger in the first half, it was a casual strike of the ball that when you needed someone to have a real good goal, the jogger has compounded his.
It's a free that management would be aggrieved with, because the jogger he didn't actually he kind of overstretched.
No need to go for it.
Well, he overstretched on the man picking the ball, and you know, you get them when you don't get them, and it's just frustrating when they go against you, and it's a relief when you do get them. You know, but it's an opportunity now for Patrick Scally. Has been quiet in the game, but his free taking is immaculate so far. So I wish him whatever he likes.
He's way out over on the far side of the pitch, on the halfway line almost. This one is pulling across the goals. Is anybody going to get a touch to it? It is, but it's only a Gaels man. And the Gaels try and work it out again, and runs into a lot of trouble, and that's a slow. Wishing Lough Lene is after taking a fair belt there, unknown to himself, I suppose, more than anything else, because he just stood in front of the ball.
Clonkill's hands here, but trying to clear it. Now they've lost it.
Andrew Shaw now with a chance. Shaw pulls on it, and Andrew Shaw does well. And again, Pat, from a mistake.
Well, I mean, there was not just one, Paul, there was 3 mistakes.
Yeah.
They caught the ball, let it fall, then they had it and handed past it out to Philly Riley, who pulled without ever looking, and sure there was a Clonkill man up on top of him.
Down and down in front of us here.
That was a ball, I'd say the sun was in David's eyes that time. It was a simple ball to catch. It went through his hands.
Clonkill still playing about with this ball. Trying to get it past him. Eventually comes Egerton decides.
Right man on it.
Route 1. Let's get it down the field. First ball on top of Mitchell here, but again it's Dan Riley. Look, Dan Riley falls across the ball, and you just don't want to do that, particularly in around your own goal. Interested to see who's going to come out with it this time. It's actually Dan Higgins comes out with it, does well, but he can't clear because he's surrounded. There's a ball across the square here. Lough Lene has a bit of space here in front of him. Will he decide to go over the plate? No, he decides to tap it over the bar, and he does. Narrows the gap a little bit there.
Yeah, well, I mean, the Collins Sound had ample time to pick the ball and get their clearance in, and
absolutely
make life difficult for themselves.
Indeed, had a couple of chances. Again, Jagger trying to do the fancy stuff there, get the simple things right. Worry about the rest of it afterwards. Paul pointing over on the far side, gives it out to Luke. Luke now switches over onto the right side. Pulls across the goal, but I'm afraid this one is gone. It's right and wide, 50 wide in the second half, 9 in total for.
Yeah, the jogger looks a little bit out of sources, where I think at the moment, because he's not just, the ball's not sticking with him.
That was a great catch by there, Egan. What a catch. And he still has time to get it out there as well. Nicely worked from Matthew Klein. Jordy Smith now, he's a long distance out, but I'm afraid Jordy
goes for his own score, and Niall Mitchell, his hands up in his air saying, well, you just hit it into me.
And to be quite honest with you, Pat, I think that's the ball that should have been played.
Well, Niall Mitchell was 1-on-1 with Dan Higgins and not a cricket near them. Jordy hits a long strike.
Paul way over on the far side, that's gone to nobody.
Yeah, but I'd still say the sun is a major problem, because these boys are good at catching the ball, and they're just not able to hold on to it or get their hand in the right position. Like that was David Williams for a nice book out, height-wise and that, and it's just gone through his hand. So it's a little bit difficult.
We're into the last quarter here in TEG Cusack Park at this year's County Senior Hurling Championship semi-final, and still nothing in it, just a single point. The Gaels lead by a point on 9 to 11 points, and again an over the shoulder, no nonsense, no need tackle, and it's going to be a free in for Clonkill. A chance now for, I would suggest, Padder Scally to knock this one over and level matters here again.
Yeah, I mean, Clonkill have just edged their way back. They were 3 points behind, and it looked like this could be the equaliser, and they've edged their way back into it. But Collins Sound are creating a lot of their own downfall.
I agree with you.
They conceded 2 simple overturns for the last 2 scores. They gave away a needless free for this one, so they need to just relax on the ball and get the clearances down to the forwards. So
Padder Scally strikes it over the bar. His 5th of the game, I make it.
Yeah, it's 5 frees, 5 scores.
5 over 12, 5 frees, 5 scores, 12 points to 1-9. That's 11 scores from Lapland to the Antarctic. That's a level game. Ball down in front of us here. One Daly goes up for it. Doesn't get it to one of his own. Davy Williams tries to get to it, but eventually it's picked up well. Clonkill, Lough Lene is surrounded, and I don't think there was a foul there. They're calling for a foul here. I don't think there was anything untoward in that. Gaels just got around the man. And again, a scrum developing here. I wonder who's going to get their hands on the ball here. It's just mayhem here at the moment. Lough Lene with his second chance to get it out. I cannot understand for the life of me, Pat. I think he was fouled twice, not alone once. I think he was fouled twice in that scenario. I thought he was fouled the first time. He certainly looked fouled the second time, but it's going to be a free in for Davy Williams.
Look, I've said it before, these are the frees that frustrate management. I mean, I think Clonkill, possibly, Collins were probably entitled to a free in, then there was a free out, and then it turns out when it should have been the other way, we would thought, and it's a free in. So the bottom line is, look at, you just keep playing away the best you can, and when the whistle goes, it goes, and look around and see which way is the whistle blowing forward.
Which way he's pointing.
I don't know, look at it. It's
halfway between the 45 and 65, Davy Williams.
He's doing his best, and fairness came in to keep the game flowing.
That's Davy Williams. He's matched Padder Scally now, 5 apiece. 2 substitution. Number 19 is on for Clonkill.
Johnny.
And I see number 18 coming on for Lough Lene Gaels. And 18 is
Jordy Smith is coming off.
Joseph Malone. Jordy Smith is coming off. And 19 is on. Shane Power is on for Jordy.
Jason Malone.
Jason Malone has come on here. I haven't seen who's coming off.
Or 9, Micheál Daly.
Micheál Daly. And I thought Micheál Daly was just coming into it there. A bit of a strange substitution for me. But
Micheál Daly.
Scally now. Ball into nobody, and again, that's harmlessly wide, Pat. You know, we hate to be negative here, but at the same time, this is a hard watch, Pat O'Brien.
Yeah, well, look at it. I suppose it's a semi-final. Nobody wants to lose it. Nobody's prepared to actually take it by the scruff of the neck and go and win it.
Well, as I said, did you just take what? Shane Power now with the ball. Power was only on the field. Power with a long strike, and
it's well wide.
Put this well wide.
Yeah, a speculative shot by Shane there. Like, they need to get their shooters
Not
on the
known
ball.
as a shooter, Pat, either.
They need to get Mitchell on the ball. They need to get the likes of Lough Lene on the ball more so than anyone. But you see the sweeper still here for
Jogger going through now.
Jogger's on.
And he did do something about this one. He's gone through 5 or 6. He's surrounded.
You see, this is where the extra man is in there, and his bodies, and the jogger just can't get.
I have to say, I agree with the referee in that scenario, Pat. I think he did carry it a lot of steps, but as you said, he had no whole lot of options.
Yeah, but you see, when they're swallowed up by green jerseys and you're trying to make space to get a swing on it, that's where the sweeper comes in.
Long ball down into the forward line. Who's going to get there this time?
Lough Lene sprinting.
Shane Williams is coming to meet it, but Lough Lene gets there first. Lough Lene now. He's had a narrow angle. Gives it into Padder Scally. Scally creates a bit of space for him. Is he enough to try to get a good, great hook there by David Williams, but it's come back for a free.
Yeah, it was a hurley just on the helmet. It was obvious, all right, but there was no need. It's aimless free given away. So you would expect this to be the equalizer again.
Chance to level matters again. Padder Scally looking for his 6th point from.
Padder Scally seems to have drifted up into the forward line. That's where he won that last ball. Shane Power
could have gone out to the centre of the field.
Matthew Glynn seems to be in the middle of the field now.
Would be more known, I suppose, as a centre of the field player.
But Kieran Nolan still sitting back in the D.
Ball right down the centre. Up goes Derek. Doesn't get it the first time. Davy Williams now tries to get it. Davy Williams gets to it. Sees a man outside. That's the jogger. Tommy Doyle strikes it, but only half hits it into Jason Malone. Tries to get there. He's not going to make that one. Eventually it comes out to the energizer bunny that is there. Out comes Holding. Still trying to get there. Again it's intercepted, and again it's poor play. Ball into the forward line. Derek McNicholas now. He's at a very cute angle. Pulls it back across the goal. He's going to get to it. There's the Gaels man. Strikes it up and over the shoulder. Is this one going to corner? Oh, it's gone very wide. Marcus Kennedy with a more than speculative shot there, Pat.
I know, it's crazy shooting from Marcus. Was it Marcus at that time, I think? I mean, the angle, he hit it over his shoulder and in hope. You know, there's no conviction in some of the shots.
Again, another defensive mistake for the Gaels. Puts them under pressure again. They'll be lucky that they don't give away a free here to have the match again, but eventually he's taken out this time. Way over on the far side of the pitch now.
3 out. I mean, it's level pegging with 22 minutes, 8 minutes to go plus injuries. It's somebody has going to have to step up and say, well, we want to get into a county final here, because everyone else is looking at it and saying, well, we're hoping somebody's going to do it.
Yeah. Who's going to be the hero or who's going to be the villain, Pat? That's
I don't know, but I must say, and I've said it a few times, the autumn sunshine is very difficult. You look down to the conference
low in the sky, yeah.
There's all the players have their hurleys up across their helmets, and it's difficult, you know, to get on it. So this time, Derek is going way back to hit this, so I imagine this is going to be launched all the way in. But there's a lot of bodies in there with Clonkill, like, especially with
Twin Towers are in there as well. So
Kieran Nolan is in there as a sweeper all the time.
Derek gets a powerful strike on it. It's dropping in around the square indeed. But again, it's cleared rather easily, I suppose.
See where Mitchell is.
Niall Mitchell coming on as a corner forward. And Niall Mitchell has been fouled again.
Even Niall Mitchell drifted back that time. But see, even if Collinstown won that ball, they have no space to strike it. Because
or nobody to strike it either, Pat, to be honest with you. There was very few Gaels men under that ball.
They were there, but you just get crowded out, like, and it's only a matter of Clonkill hand passing out to the outside man. And that happened to be Niall Mitchell, who won the free. And now he's gone the whole way back up to his full forward line.
Ball aimed over at Panaskelly on this side of the field. Then up goes Dara Quamer with him. Quamer doesn't get it the first time. Quamer gets it the second time now. Quamer gets a third shot at it, but eventually it's gone out and it's going to be a free. Two Lough Lene Gaels foul, and Benny Doyle, I think, was fouled that time.
This game needs a goal, a big time, to try and have an exciting last few minutes.
It needs a shot of an injection of adrenaline or an injection of some sort of genius or something, Pat, because...
but like this ball now will be launched all the way down, and the same thing could happen. Like Clonkill won't mind losing possession, but they'll swallow it up. But
Davy Williams, it's actually Shane Williams with the strike. It's drifted, it's slipped a little bit off his hold, but it's gone into the desired area, all right. But again, it's Clonkill coming out with it rather easily. Shane Power now, the substitute comes out with it. Power still has it on the horn, does well to get it to Scally. Scally looks up and sees Oisin Loughlin there. Oisin Loughlin tries to get to it, but again, it's another pass gone astray. Good work by Benny Doyle this time. Gets it into Davy Williams. Is Davy going to score from play here today? Yes, he is. And again, Pat, it came from a turnover. It came from an unnecessary pass by Clonkill that time, and the Gaels lead again, 111 to 13 points.
Yeah, but it's just exactly what the Gaels needed. They needed the ball to go to the shooter, and the shooter is David Williams. Perfect score.
The ball way out in the far side. It's 2 against 1 over the far side, but Mitchell still gets it.
Mitchell catches.
It's a great catch by Niall Mitchell, and probably deserved his free there that time. Wonderful catch there that time.
You see, Anthony looks for the big man and he goes direct. Great catch, and that's what he was brought on for. A simple score again now to bring it back level again.
Dara Daly looks like he's going into the book here as well, and he can have no complaints with that one, Pat, because if he didn't bring him down, I think Mitchell was in on goal. Yellow card for Dara Daly. I think Mitchell was in on goal, Pat. I don't know any choice there that time.
Oh, not at all.
Sometimes you just have to do these things.
Once Niall Mitchell catches the ball at 30 yards out, well, your options are, do I let him go or bring him down? Which do you think you're going to do?
Level again, 111 to 14 points. Yeah, we have to get a result today as well. This game will go to extra time, and whatever is needed to get a result here today. 2 go up for Davy Williams. Davy Williams is lucky to get the top of that ball, and all of a sudden Davy Williams with 2 points in play, Pat.
Yeah, well, that's what you need. David Williams plays off the fringes, a knockdown from the jogger, quick thinking by David Williams, and a snapshot and straight over the bar.
It was such a direct ball down as well. Look, the Gaels are doing far better on that direct ball from Noel Connery, rather than trying to play it through the lines, Pat.
Anthony goes back for Niall Mitchell again. I'm amazed they're leaving it 1-1. He wins it again.
Mitchell extricates himself out of it. Looks to have taken a lot of steps there. Eventually gets it out over to the far side. Clonkill trying to get a score here. They have to try and get back level here. We are gone into the 27th minute now of the game. It's another clear ruck over on the far side. Who's going to come out with this ball? It's a Gaels man that has it, I think, over there. But again, nobody seems to be laying too much hands on it. Cayman is watching everything going on there. And again, eventually it winds up. It's a free out. 23 is coming on. Oisin Murphy is coming on for Clonkill here. He's on for number 12.
But Anthony, with the puck out, is looking for Niall Mitchell. And Niall Mitchell is 1-1 on the left-hand wing, and there's an extra man for Collinstown. I can't understand how he's not standing beside Niall Mitchell as well. Because Niall's after catching the last 2 puck outs.
That's what's happening at this end, Pat, yeah. Kieran Nolan is playing as the sweeper here, but there doesn't seem to be anybody playing as the sweeper in the opposite direction. Derek now, he's going to launch it again. What a fabulous strike.
Yeah,
that's right in around the box. No, it's knocked out this time. Very well knocked out, actually. Who's going to get their hands on it? Marcus Kennedy tries to get to it.
Across the box.
Aaron Kennedy, actually. Aaron Kennedy has it down in the same. It's not given as a free. It looked like a free to me, Pat, but it's not given. It's given this time, but Aaron Kennedy, I don't know what he was thinking there, just hold the man in the corner.
Yeah, but you see, it's the same thing. Collinstown have a long range free and they're putting it into an area where it's crowded with Clonkill players. And it's much easier to defend than it is to score. And it's after coming out every time that happened.
Ball down in front of us here. Lough Lene has the ball.
Luke has it now.
Dives to the ground, does well to get the ball away from them, but honest. Eventually comes back out to Scally. Scally now has a bit of space. Scally is down. Rather soft free pass.
Absolutely. I mean, they were hard got all day, but that to me was fortuitous now.
Yeah, I'm not totally. I'd like to see the replay now. I'm not totally convinced about that one. I have to be honest. I thought it was
it's a great opportunity for Padder, who has been immaculate on his frees.
Yeah, and probably has been Clonkill's steadiest performer during the game. Padder lifts and strikes, and only one place that was going, Padder Bryan.
Yeah, no, he's immaculate from his frees. I said it all year. He's been huge.
8 out of 15, over half of their scores.
Huge leader
from frees from Padder Scally. We're level again, 15 points to Clonkill, 112 to the Gaels. That's 15 as well. Now it comes out to this end of the field. The jogger looked at him, found that time. The Gaels crowd are going mad in front of us here, and I have to say I agree with them on that one. But the ball is just hooked away to nobody. Penny Doyle has a man outside him.
Bad pass.
That man is
Shane Williams.
Shane Williams. Oh, it's off the post. It's bounced back again. It's for Cincinnati. Got a little bit of force, but it's gone out for a 65. Oh, and an absolute calamity. We're wondering if we're going to get any excitement in it, but we got it more by a default than design, Pat.
Yeah, well, I mean, the sun is a huge factor in this game. I mean, that ball hit the post when nobody was expecting it. And Anthony, lucky enough, he was a little bit side-footed, but he done it well to get across the line. Unfortunately for him, he went out for 65. So there's an opportunity here for David Williams. We must remember he missed one in a similar position in the first half. So,
well, it went out for a 65, but he's taken a 64. Because he's a good yard in the sideline. 3 minutes additional time has been added on here. We're into the first of those 3 minutes. It's a chance for the Gaels now to take the lead as we head into additional time here. Davy Williams strikes it, and Davy Williams has struck it well. It's up and over the bar. His 8th score of the game.
I look across again. Niall Mitchell is 1-1.
Ball has gone out over the sideline. It's going to be sideline ball to Clonkill. Mitchell is out there, and it was aimed out at them, Pat. It's not as if we don't know where they're going. There's no question.
There is an extra man back there, but he's not. Oh, this is a super line ball.
Oh, and the jogger almost got the interception there. Almost got the interception there. Overplaying the ball again, Clonkill early. No, it eventually comes back to Mitchell. Mitchell looking for the killer pass. Eventually he sees a man, it's Tiger, runs into the jogger falls over. The ball has gone to ground. Mitchell comes out with it again. He's hit with a hefty shoulder. Mitchell is still at the ground. Mitchell trying to get the ball out, can't get it. It's given against them. It's given against them, Pat.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
I'm not sure there was a free of any description there, Pat. And I think that all came from a back pass that should have been going forward instead of going back.
Well, if we just go back a second, it was a line ball for Clonkill in a forward position. They played the ball back well. It looked a good idea, but the jogger tried to intercept it. It didn't actually happen. There was 3 back passes from Clonkill, and one of them was through Dara Egerton. Ended up with Mitchell. He gave a bad pass then where the jogger won the ball, and we got a free in. Huge opportunity for Collinstown to bring it out to a 2 points. It's directly on. Well, it's actually bringing it back. It's past the 65, so it's about 67 metres.
I thought it was further on, I have to be honest with you.
So did I, to be honest, but look at it. It's very scoreable. This is where you need your top free taker.
And it puts that gap, if you put that two-point gap between them as we head into the last minute of additional time. Davy Williams lifts and strikes, and Davy Williams has popped it over the bar, his 9th of the game. Can the Gaels hold on? Are they going to be deprived like they were in the county final last year, Pat?
We need to look
a late goal. It's a goal or nothing for Clonkill now.
He goes for Mitchell again.
Mitchell goes up for it, but again he's denied. The Gaels are fighting for all their work over there on that far side of the pitch. Who's going to get a hand on it? Eventually it's a Clonkill man to have a hand on it. I think it's still a bit of a scrum over there on the far side. We're probably going to have a throw-in ball. Cayman says, I'll throw that in. This suits the Gaels more so than it suits Clonkill. They need to get possession of this ball and get it in quickly. Again, it's the Gaels have it, trying to come out with the ball, can't get rid of it. Derek has it, Derek loses it. It's eventually grabbed into the hands. Darraghan, I think, has it. It's going to be a free in. There is a last chance. Darraghan did well. It's going to be a free in.
It could have went either way, Paul, because there was that many bodies round it. Clonkill had the ball.
The only thing I will say, Pat, is the referee was right on top of it there.
Yeah, but
if there was a free in
I don't know how you could call it, whether it's free in or free out, because both of them had the possession at some stage. But to me, there's 33 minutes on it, so
I think he has to go for goal, or has to drop it in around goal. Niall Mitchell, I see the jogger is back to try and curb Niall Mitchell there, but
he's gone for the score.
Peter Scully has gone for the score, so he's obviously been told something that we haven't been told. Well, the 3 minutes are up, Pat. To me, it's actually nearly 4 up.
It's 35 before by the time he hits it out.
Ball down in front of us here. Who's going to get it? Derek McNicholas gets it. Can he get it at that point? He can. And wide he nearly do it this time, but Derek McNicholas has struck the point of the game. What a brilliant score. Oh, Pat O'Brien.
I always say get your shooters on the ball. Derek McNicholas is one of the sharp shooters.
What a brilliant score. And that's it. It's all over. It's all over. Lough Lene Gaels will contest the 2024 Slevins coaches Senior A Hurling Championship final against Castledown here in 3 weeks' time. And Pat O'Brien, after a very disappointing game, it has to be said, the Lough Lene Gaels are just about deserved it. And for the epitome of that was the last score from Derek McNicholas. What an absolutely tremendous score to really put the seal on the game.
Absolutely. Look, I mean, the one man you'd love to see on the ball. And there's one thing for sure: when Derek gets the ball, he shoots. It doesn't really matter what's
going to happen. Yes, you're absolutely right.
It doesn't really matter where he's standing, but he has that ability down the years to find a target. It was a super score to win to win the semi-final and put them one step away from winning that elite county title that they're on.
And it's back-to-back finals, of course, for Lough Lene Gaels. They contested the final last year. Heartbreak for them, of course, with the last-minute goal from Killian Doyle that deprived them of a Westmeath Examiner Cup. It'll be a different kettle of fish against Castleton-Gagan here in a couple of weeks' time, Pat, though.
Yeah, but you look at it's another day out for them. At this stage, Castletown nearly forget how to play hurling because it's so long since.
I don't think Castletown can get how to play hurling.
But the bottom line is
you can pull that one on a lot of people, but you won't pull that one here.
The thing is, look, you'd be hoping that we have a dry day like today.
Absolutely.
It'll bring the best out of both of them. That's what all I'd be hoping for.
And what else I'd be hoping for, Pat, as well, I hope it's a little bit better than today. I think today was extremely defensively minded. Both teams had probably taken too much out of the game previously in the championship. It was very defensive minded. The only thing I'm happy with is that it was won by an absolute worldly. Probably the best score of the game was reserved for the last score of the game and deservedly won it. In the end, it was the Gaels that won by 2 and probably just about deserved it, Pat. Is that fair to say?
Yeah, they probably were. I mean, they created in the first half a lot more chances. Now, it's one thing creating the chances and it's another thing taking them. But in saying that, look, they always seem to have that little bit of step in the pep that they were a point ahead, or then they were 3 points ahead and it was pulled back, and it was nip and tuck in the last 15 minutes and that. But David Williams came up with the only 2 scores from play he got, but they were crucial scores
and they were at the right time as well.
Well, they were sharp, quick snapshots, and that's what you need. And the last 3 scores came from David Williams and then Derek. They're your shooters. You need them on the ball. So look, they're back in the county final where they felt that they left it behind them last year and that, but they'll take some beating. That's the bottom line. They probably will play a lot better than they did today, but finals are finals. They have a life of their own.
Disappointment, Mickey Dan. We wish him well. He had a knee operation during the week, and disappointment for Mickey in his first season. But I suppose at the start of the season, Pat, there wasn't too many gave Clonkill a chance of being even in the semi-final, to be quite honest. We thought they were on the way, and Mickey Dan has done a great job to get them this far. I don't think they were direct enough today. Is that fair to say?
Yeah, possibly. I mean, look, he's playing with a younger bunch of players.
The Ireland transition.
probably are in transition, but he's trying something different, and you admire him for that, because I mean they were playing a running game. It was going pretty good at times, and that, you know, and I suppose, you know, Dara was inspirational at times there at the back and that, and it's great to see him back on the game again. But you know, look at Clonkill, they'll give you everything for as long as they're there.
Yeah,
you know, and,
I agree.
and I'd say great credit to them to being, you know, 1 minute away from getting to a county final. You know, where people didn't expect them to be at this stage in the competition. So, you know, without Clonkill in the competition, you don't really have as powerful a competition.
No, and look at they've added a huge to this championship in general.
Oh, absolutely. Like, I mean, you know, Clonkill have been the pinnacle of the clubs for the last 20 years. Well, I mean, sure, they're the only club that won an All-Ireland series, like, and they won an All-Ireland intermediate there back a couple of years ago. They had top-class household names like Brendan Murta, Paddy Dowdle, Owney Price, Luke Lachlan, Dara Egerton. You know, sure, any club
that have given a huge amount to Westmeath as well as their own club.
The thing about any club would be privileged to have them lads on board. And I mean, they have won as many championships, you know, between them and Harney to set the crossbar so high that the likes of Castletown and the Gaels and these are trying to catch up on them and move up, you know. So they have no need to have their heads bowed today. They went out on their sword.
No, I think there'll be better days for them as well. You know, these young lads will learn from that experience. The likes of the Reen Holdings of this world, and you know, a few more. They've brought quite an amount of players through the championship. So Rushing Murphy as well come on.
Absolutely, like there's young Shaw, Murray's and
Robbie Cleary has immensely gifted this championship, in my opinion. He's been excellent any game I've seen him play this year. But today, of course, it belongs to the Gaels. It wasn't pretty. It'll matter little to the boys in Collinstown.
Well, not at all. So they're exactly back where they wanted to be. When they left this pitch here, this day last year, they went into the dressing room, and you can be sure Jody Williams, being a manager of cleverness, he would say, lads, what's done is done. Yeah. Next year it'll come around, and whether you're ready for it or not, it's still going to come around. Yeah. And our aim is to get back into this county final again for next year, and that's their goal. And here they're going to be in it. So it's up to them to bring their best foot on the day. They'll have to wait 3 weeks now. As Castletown, as I said, they're waiting 5 weeks. They're hanging around. Sure, they're nearly gone stale at this stage, but sure, they'll do their best.
In their last 3 games, Pat have beat the mighty powers that are Harney and Clankill on 2 occasions. So that's not a bad way to be going into a county final when you're beating the likes of them week in, week out. You know, every time that you're going out onto a field, and they will fancy their chances greatly against Castletown.
Sure, why wouldn't they? Sure, I mean, wouldn't you call it favourites like at this stage? I mean, they're after knocking out.
We won't go that far. We won't go that far now, Packer. You're clutching at straws there.
Well, sure, so be it. But the bottom line is, I always said that Collinstown were good enough to beat any of the top 3 on any given day. That the objective was to go out and try and beat the 2 of them
on a consistent basis.
They would have beaten the 2 of them. So
on a consistent basis.
They beat Castletown in the semi-final last year, so they wouldn't have any qualms whatsoever in coming into a county final.
Well, that's for another day. We have the county final. We have our pairings now for the Westmeath Slevins coaches Senior A Hurling Championship final. It will be between Castletown Gagan and today's victors, Lough Lene Gaels, who won here on a score of 115 to 16 points. A 2-point win for the Gaels. The flags, the bunting, everything will be up in Collinstown over the next few weeks, as indeed the black and amber will be out in Castletown. We'll be here, ladies and gentlemen, for a full day programme on county final day. We'll have the county minor hurling final and the county senior hurling final here live on AirV TV. But for the moment, from Cusack Park, it today belongs to the green or the purple and gold, to the men in the Wexford jerseys. The Yellow Bellies have won the day here today by 2 points. My thanks to Ollie Gallagher on camera, my thanks to Pat O'Brien on co-commentaries, and indeed to all our viewers for staying with us here on AirV TV. There was due to be a game here earlier today, and we send our deepest condolences to the Kincaid family on the death of their father. The Senior B semi-final was cancelled this afternoon, and we wish we would offer our deepest condolences here from everybody here at AirV TV, and indeed from everybody at Westmeath GAA. But for the moment, it's Lough Lene Gaels. They've won the day, they're in the final. We'll see you again in a few weeks' time when they take on Castletown here. From Pat O'Brien and myself, it's Slán, August Panic, and we'll see you next week, of course, for the football final.
TEG, proud sponsors of TEG Cusack Park, serving aviation, biopharmaceuticals and medical industries across the globe. TEG has been to the fore in the fight against COVID-19 with our customers and partners. A local business employing local people. Visit teg.com/careers to learn more. Wishing all our GA patrons a safe passage through the championship.
Slevins Coaches, proud sponsor of Westmeath GA Hurling Championships. Clark's Bar, wishing all teams the very best today. MJ Stone Building and Developments, proud sponsor of Westmeath GA.
Cusack Park pitch is 145 metres long. Imagine 3 of these bridge beams will make up the length of the pitch. Now transport 30 of them from Harney to Kildare. A challenge overcome by a great team with the support of a great community. My name is Pat Barrett, Project Manager, Shamer to Precast.